Like every film school student, I fell in love with David Lynch and tried to watch every single thing he's done. And of all of his movies, I definitely like Mulholland Drive the most. The movie opens with a woman, played by Laura Herring, getting into a car and being driven away. On Mulholland Drive, the car crashes with another oncoming car, and the woman is the only survivor. We later meet Betty Elms, played by Naomi Watts, who had just arrived in LA and has dreams of being an actress. She goes to her Aunt Ruth's apartment, which she left her, and there finds the woman, who can't remember who she is or what happened to her. She sees a poster of the 1946 film Gilda, starring Rita Hayworth, and introduces herself as Rita. Once she confesses everything to Betty, the two look for clues inside Rita's purse, and only find thousands of dollars and an odd blue key. So Betty decides to help Rita figure out what happened to her, and also lets her stay at her apartment. Throughout all this, we also follow director Adam Kesher, played by Justin Theroux, and his struggles as he butts heads with movie producers, and eventually the mob. They're forcing him to cast a certain girl for the lead in his film. The two storylines appear to be unrelated, and even when they cross paths, it doesn't seem that important. Until you get to the third act. Now the whole movie's a mystery, obviously, but the third act, though it reveals everything, it's a completely different movie, quite literally. You feel like you're watching the end of a different story, and it makes you want to go back and rewatch the movie because you realize you've been paying attention to the wrong story. Mulholland Drive was originally meant to be a TV series. It was greenlit, and David Lynch was able to shoot a pilot, but the executives saw it and hated it, so they canceled the whole series. So Lynch took what he shot, added an ending to it, and that's why I believe the ending is so odd and feels out of nowhere, even though it does complete the story. David Lynch never assigns themes to his movies, but that doesn't mean that they aren't there. Mulholland Drive has a lot of elements of classic film noir, and mystery, and romance. But there's also a darker theme, one of obsession, how a person can become obsessed with other people's and relationships and wanting things to be so perfect in their lives. Betty wants to be an actress, but she also wants to help Rita, and also becomes obsessed with the mystery surrounding her. Rita wants to remember what happened to her, and in doing so relies so much on Betty that she starts to form an attachment to her. In Hollywood movies, everything is presented as perfect and picturesque. When people try to model their own lives after that, they can become very disenchanted. You, as the audience, also becomes obsessed with the mystery and tries to piece everything together with scenes that don't feel like they mix very well. Like, what was up with the scene with the espresso? What was with the two cops at the diner? Who is that cowboy? What does it all mean? David Lynch designs his movies like dreams. They start off as loosely connected scenes, but the longer you watch, the more cohesive the story begins to appear. Mulholland Drive's mystery is solved in the end, but in a very unique and incoherent way. But it is there. And I feel like with a lot of David Lynch movies, even if you figure it out, if you were to tell him, hey, I think I got it, I think the movie's about this, he would just say, no, that's not it. And I hate that. It bugs me, but I respect it, because it allows the audience to watch the movie and decide for themselves. They can take what they will away from it. But if you want a cheat sheet, you're in luck. The DVD comes with a list with clues that'll help you decipher the mystery, one that I will read to you right now. Mulholland Drive, David Lynch's 10 clues to unlocking this thriller. 1. Pay particular attention in the beginning of the film. At least 2 clues are revealed before the credits. 2. Notice appearances of the red lampshade. 3. Can you hear the title of the film that Adam Kesher is auditioning actresses for? Is it mentioned again? 4. An accident is a terrible event. Notice the location of the accident. 5. Who gives a key and why? 6. Notice the robe, the ashtray, the coffee cup. 7. What is felt, realized, and gathered at the Club Silencio. 8. Did talent alone help Camilla? 9. Note the occurrences surrounding the man behind Winkies. 10. Where is Aunt Ruth? Those are the hints. You can try this at home and see what you can find in David Lynch's Mulholland Drive.